Well, welcome to today's book review. We've got a real treat for you today. A book that some regard as the greatest ever, really. Greater than the Bible, Lord of the Rings. Any book through history, you will find that this tops every single chart out there for not only just the quality of the writing, but also the imagery as well. Yes, this is a book that does contain pictures. So here we go. It is the Deal or No Deal, the official behind the scenes guide with Noel Edmonds. So let me talk you through some of the greatest points of this. Obviously the front cover, unrivaled. You wouldn't see imagery like this in the Bible, certainly not. And well, yeah, let's get into it. Let's analyse some of the story. So looking at the contents page here, we've got the welcome. Always, not enough books, I feel, have a welcome. If you're, for instance, War and Peace, no welcome, you'll notice. Some of the great works by Charles Dickens certainly failed to include that bad boy. So, welcome. 24 hours in the life of Deal or No Deal. Now that's going to be quite something. An interview with the banker. Just absolutely thrilling. I can't wait actually to show you some of this. A day in the life of, and then we've got to see the dots there. Just the tension that builds. A day in the life of the contestant. Oof. The walk of wealth, something we all want to know the secrets of. And then the Deal or No Deal dictionary. See, a lot of the great works of literature, say Shakespeare, did indeed invent words, and those words eventually got adapted into English, and we still use some of those today, but not all of them. The Deal or No Deal dictionary, the words that this show created, every single one of these became popular and still is today, used every day. Even the word dictionary is now attributed to the show Deal or No Deal. So here we go. Wow, straight away, look at that. Let's just see that again actually, that reveal. Let's just have another look at that. You hear, and then look what happens. You're there. Incredible. There he is, the man himself. Now, I wouldn't worry too much about the text here. It's more, you obviously you can read it, buy the book. Definitely would recommend it. Buy 10, 12 copies. Just everyone's slightly different, I believe. They're all handwritten. So on I think this is goat skin parchment or something similar. So yeah, just have a little read of that and obviously just admire the shirt more than anything. Shoes. Noel Edmonds' shoes. Bet there's a few of you out there who'd like to have a little sniff of them. My understanding is that each one of those shirts was a one-off. He would never wear them more than once, and they all got sold off for charity, some of them going for billions of dollars, I believe. So we'll just talk you through this little section here. During rehearsals, like already setting a good scene there, isn't it? During rehearsal, so obviously the show so well rehearsed, incredible. It quickly became clear that I have an absolute inability to sit still. How did he get around that, we wonder? He didn't sit. I'll just, apologies there, spoilers. Carrying on. Question mark. Do we know? To look here, I've got another quote by the man himself. And to think, starting a sentence with and, bold, that kind of revolutionary attitude towards literature, you just don't find. It's just found for centuries, certainly not in the UK. And to think, I nearly turned it down, exclamation mark. There you go. Long quote there, but it isn't from Noel, so I won't read that one. You can obviously say if you buy one of the books, great for it. Dealing with the notorious Mr. Big, the banker, Mr. Big. Now, obviously lots of rumours why that nickname was given to him eventually, but I'll leave you to your own imagination. In fact, some of the text, we may do a deep dive into some of these chapters and sort of get because obviously there's a surface level of reading something like this, but you can dig down into it, and there's many layers that you can take away from that. It's not all just plain. There's a lot of poetic license in the text, and see if you can really understand what's actually going on there. Some say it really does reveal the truths about faith, religion, and the origins of the universe. Just obviously have to know where to look and how to interpret it. So again, I definitely recommend having a read just like that. Well, let's have a look at this here. Most game shows boil down to the binary excitement of winning or losing. If that isn't a metaphor for life, I don't know what is. Deal or no deal as an internal tempo that builds and twists like a Hitchcock plot. Now, tempos, you would say, okay, that's the speed with which something moves. Tempos that build, absolutely, we can understand that, can't we? We can increase the tempo, we can go faster. But a tempo that twists, this is 4th, 5th, 6th dimension stuff we're talking about here. Obviously you have to read the full text to really fully understand what he means by tempo twisting. But here we go. Bend in time, that's what we're talking about here. Twist in time, incredible. I've had to forbid myself watching anymore. Now this is A. Gill from the Sunday Times. Respectable newspaper. Never ever printed any lies. So that is the truth. We've got some downsides. We've got the jeopardy. If you just bring that into view there. Setbacks on set. I'll just read a little section from this. Deal or No Deal was filmed in the Endemol West studio, situated just off the Bath Road in Bristol. Doxing themselves. How brave. You know what I mean? To the untutored eye, it looks like a series of sheds. That's because it is a series of sheds. That's because it is a series of sheds, albeit listed ones. Listed in quotes there. Just element of suspicion about that, haven't they? Perhaps they feel that no building should be listed. Every building should be free to be developed into a Deal or No Deal studio. I feel sad because I wish Noel had won tonight. Won what? Who knows? Who knows? He does a tremendous job on Deal or No Deal. It's a brilliant format, but what really makes it so watchable and so entertaining is Noel's presence. And that's Jonathan Ross at the BAFTA Awards. I'm assuming he's talking about a BAFTA Awards, but he may as well be talking about a Nobel Prize. Really. We just don't know. 24 hours in the life of Deal or No Deal. Okay. 7 o'clock. Studio unlocked. Vermin exterminated. I'm going to just tell you now, from the insider information I know, when they're talking about vermin, they're not talking about things like rats. They're talking about poor people. Cleaner arrives, vermin hoovered, runners arrive to check the studio is in working order, and vermin free. Now, doesn't that reframe that now I've told you that bit of information? At the contestants' hotel, 22 alarms go off. 22 snooze buttons are pressed. Are there 22 contestants? No. It's actually 48. But many of them just don't have alarms set. So in a way, it randomises who's going to attend the show. So anyway, I'll leave you to read that for yourself. Just going to draw your attention to this. Do you think to that? So you can see that it's talking us through the day, sometimes on a 10-minute basis. Second recording session begins, so they record more than one show per day. Contestants attempt to sleep, regularly interrupted by trips to the loo as their systems flush out the pints of water and various other beverages they downed before lights out to prevent hangovers. Here's an interview with the banker. Now, notoriously not a very talkative man. I'll just give you the first interaction. Interviewer: hello. Banker: ahoy. Let's move on. Got to be careful with some of these pages. It's very ancient, this book. This is an original edition. The interview continues. Let's see how the interview concludes. Just down here. Interviewer: Mr. Banker. Thank you. Banker: goodbye. Hangs up. Done. No messing. No messing at all. Auditions. The audition process. They're not looking for barnstormers and comedians. Now, a barnstormer, obviously something we'll look up and research. But comedians, obviously, we know what that means. Someone who's trying to be funny. Contestants, but you didn't know that they got dressed. Better than the best holiday I've had, said Dave Ellis. Contestants are well looked after. It's a hotel. It's obviously describing a really beautiful hotel, and he took away 1p. So it's not about the money for everyone. Best holiday he's ever had. Left with more than he started. That's all you can say, isn't it? Noel's tips to be a top contestant. Now, I don't know if this show's still running, to be honest. But if it is, you need a positive attitude, charisma, focus, because you've got to select boxes in order to win money. And select them properly. I don't go selecting rubbish numbers. And courage. If you don't have courage, those numbers become unbearable. What's in your box? Good question, isn't it? You know, when you consider life, what is in your box? Do you have a lot in your box? How big is your box? Can you fit a lot in your box? Can you not fit much in your box? Is your box quite small? Do you need to really squeeze things into your box? Or does your box just like take whatever it gives, you know, whatever you'll give it? Take a moment now to just answer that question. Leave the answer in the comments. And while you're there, press the like button twice so it's not liked. Chapter 5. About halfway through. we got the Walk of Wealth. Now this is where things get really spicy. Look, this is everything everybody took home, and little pictures of them. Let me just give you some close-ups here. Just bear with me. Right. Lynn Allerton took away 14 grand. Just give you a selection here, I won't read all of them out. Halim Khan, £18,500. Rachel Nikeri Unwin, £25,000. Just carry on a little bit longer. Michelle Worthington, £7,500. These are all the ones that ended up wealthier, and as we know, £120,000 there for Jennifer. Look at her, made up. Now, as we know in life, for every winner, there's a loser. And oh, he got a picture with Noel. I mean, it doesn't really matter that he got £54,000. Look at that. That's worth at least £60,000, that picture alone. James takes home £10. Best holiday he's ever had though, I bet, you know? Know what I mean? Spirit drinkers have won more on average than wine and beer drinkers. Just bear that in mind when you're next at the pub. Order a spirit, you could go on with more money. Beer drinkers have won less money on average than non-drinkers and wine and spirits drinkers. Maybe avoid the beer. Are you poor? Are you one of that vermin that they were talking about earlier? Well, maybe you need to ease off the beer a little bit. These are all winning big bucks. £50,000. Drinks only whiskey neat. I don't know why they relate alcohol and winning money. There's probably other metrics. You could be interesting to see some other stats. Maybe if you know you really mess with the numbers here, you'll probably be able to figure it out. Like, it doesn't say ages, I don't think, but you know, £5 Irene, whereas Maxwell 30,000. You know, do men take home more than women on average? I'd be interested to know actually. Nick, 1p. Good on him. You know, played the game. Favourite number 7. So what does that tell you? If your favourite number 7, don't just stop. Occupation, mortgage, sales support. Probably not bother, eh? Doesn't tell you everybody's occupation. Some of them probably don't have one. Yeah, look at this, right. £11,000 for Jill. Do you believe that's her real name? I'm just going to pose that question there. If you could leave in the comments what you think her actual name is. Because Jill Lee Ireland. Jill Lee Ireland. I'm not so sure. Leave what you think her actual her name is in the comments. And then when you're there, press like for the 3rd time. Gerald Burton, £11,700. This goes on. Only 9% of contestants have been left-handed. Now let's look up the stats for left-handed people in the population wider and see what that tells us. It's moving on anyway, because as I say, this is the bulk of the content that you got here. You can find out everything about, especially the people that won the big money and the nothing, you know, penny. These, because nobody wins nothing in this show. That's as low as it goes, which is still more than you started with. I just want you to remember that. Piscean lorry driver. Bringing star signs into it. Just think about that. Are you bringing star signs into your life? Non-drinkers are bigger winners on average than drinkers. Interesting again, they're bringing up just drinking in general. It shows like a mug, so I'm assuming people that just don't drink anything, you know, they get all that hydration from, say, eating cucumber, win more. Again, maybe you need to do more of that in your life. Occupation lorry driver. Star sign Pisces. Can you see? Can you see what's happening there? Yeah. Non-drivers have won more on average than drivers. Again, showing a coffee cup. Why? Well, think about it. 29% of contestants went to university. That's less than a third. That might seem impressive, but again, let's look at the stats nationwide and see what that tells us. Most contestants have 20/20 vision. Well, you need to, wouldn't you? To be able to see the mugs and the numbers. It's all about the mugs and the numbers. It just keeps going on. Before the show, the game, and back to real life. What was it like with your 1p? Any advice? Just get a figure in mind and don't think you're going to win the jackpot. Think of it as real money up there. There's a temptation to throw it all away. Of course someone that had won only 1p would say that, but what about someone that's won big money? Any advice? You're not gambling. You haven't put a stake down. You haven't lost anything. It's not real money, so don't worry and enjoy it. If I hadn't had my vision, I would easily have taken 21,000 and been happy about it. This woman had a vision. She spoke to God. Like, in the Bible, there's loads of abstract stuff, isn't there, about speaking to God? You know, real proof. Here's the hard. So this is why this is better than the Bible. Visions. All for personal gain. So you know what I mean? Did you know most contestants have brown hair? Did you know that? Did you know that? Before you read this book, before you'd watched this video, did you know that most contestants on Deal or No Deal have brown hair? No. Well, this is it. It's teaching you things. Aquarius is the 4th lowest winning star sign. Don't be Aquarius. Easy. Easy little tips like this will just help you with life. 22. 28% of contestants prefer coffee. They love their drink-based little factoids, don't they? Because it's important. Do you drink coffee? Do you drink whiskey? Right? Are you not a Aquarius? All these things, if you are, you need to seriously consider changing. Some people say caffeine's bad for you. Clearly not. Because people are attending Deal or No Deal if they drink coffee. Know what I mean? Learn from this guy. Goes home with 1p. Don't be called Connell. Don't be a warehouse delivery driver. Don't be a Gemini. Don't have blue eyes. 7 again. 7. Not a good number if you want to. 7 or 9, but 7 again there. Fake crisp flavour. These are the important things. Salt and vinegar. Favourite tip of lager. That's where he's gone wrong again, isn't it? He wants to be drinking neat spirits and coffee constantly. The Deal or No Deal dictionary. 1p club. The. People that win a penny. 22. The. It's the number of contestants. So I'd say, have a little read of that. The mug. Remember that. Just remember, and I definitely, you know, remember to buy this book. Definitely worth every penny. So there you go. There's my little book review for you. Hope you've enjoyed, and I hope it inspires you to go out and spend. I mean, not just $14.99 on this book. Get like 100 of them. Give them a great birthday gift ideas, and they, you know, who wouldn't want to receive that for the birthday? Who wouldn't? No one. So there you go. Enjoy. That's about it.